as a part of this web quest, you're being asked to create a word cloud based on your teaching biography. The word cloud is a visual representation of the words that occur most often in your teaching biography, for example. It's a visual illustration of the words that stand out, the words that you use the most, and therefore you obviously think are important in describing you as the teacher that you would like to be. So on your screen you see an example of a word cloud, and what I want you to do is I want you to do a Google search for a word cloud creation site or for a word cloud generator. Most of them are free, and you will use that word cloud generator to create the word cloud that you're going to use for this assignment. And like I said, it will just give you a picture of what you think is important to you in terms of your teaching, your personal teaching philosophy that you are getting ready to write at the end of the web quest. So use Google and find one that you like. But for this example, I'm going to use wordclouds.com. And I like wordclouds.com because it allows us to do a couple of things. For instance, right here, it starts with a wizard. So it guides you through what you need to do to create a word cloud. It's very simple. There's some other things that I like. I like that you can change the shape, that you can change the size. Over here you can import a file if that's what you want to do. So you have different options of getting the words in that you want to use to create your word cloud. And one of the things that I really like is that you're able to edit the word list once you've brought your document over. So I'm going to use this wizard, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the educational philosophy that I wrote a little while back. So I'm going to upload a Microsoft Office document, and there it is right there. So I'm going to open that up, and it imports that for me. Once that is generated, I'll just scroll down, and there you see the words that occur most often in my educational philosophy. So for instance, the word must is the biggest word, of course, because I use must a lot in it. So one of the things that I'll want to do is I want to edit this word cloud to take the word must out, and therefore something else will show up as being more significant to me. I don't like that shape either. I want something that's going to be a little bit more representative of my educational philosophy. So I can go up here and I can edit these things. So I can edit, for instance, the shape. Let's start with that. We have options. We can use different shapes. We can use letters. We can use something that's a little bit colorful, or we even have the option to upload a shape that we would like to use. So feel free to do that. I'm going to go ahead and stick with the conventional apple. So now you'll see that my word cloud is in the shape of an apple. It's filling in. There it is. Okay. So I want to go ahead now and edit my word list so that the words that truly describe me or my thoughts of teaching will be the ones that show up as the bigger words. So I'll click on word list, and I have the option to go through and just delete the words that I don't want to show up. So there's the word must. So I'll take that out. And what I want you to do is I want you to kind of just scroll through and see if there are any words that come up that you know don't really have anything to do with your philosophy statement, and take most of them out. For instance, this zero right here doesn't need to be in there, and I know a couple of other things will show up, like the reference page, some things from there will show up, so I need to make sure that I take those out as well. The in-text citation, so the authors of the references, for instance, here's one, Brumelin. I'll take that out. So go through and make sure that you delete these things so that they don't show up in your word cloud, okay? And I'm going to just go ahead and go through and take some of those out, but I'll not take everything because we simply don't have enough time for that. But go through, I can edit my word list. Once I'm done with that, then I can go ahead and choose to apply it. So you'll see in the background that it's changing, so I'll go ahead and close this. And when it comes back up, the word must is no longer the most prominent word in my teaching philosophy. Now you'll see that things like teacher, information, Christian, learn, understand, different, these are the things that are most prominent within my educational philosophy. So that's all you really have to do. Go through, use your teaching biography, create a word cloud, And just take a look at those words that show up as more prominent and keep those in mind as you write your personal teaching philosophy.